Good evening, baseball fans. How you doing? It is opening day. Everything is wonderful in the world. Baseball is back. We had a fun day of baseball throughout the day today. Lots of action, lots of storylines. We got some news. We're going to dive into all of it tonight. Let's get to it. Baseball fans, how you doing? Hello. I'm looking in the chat right now, and we got familiar faces all over the place. How you doing? Happy opening day, everyone. I mean, we're late in the day now. It's 10 o'clock here on the East Coast, but I figured that now would be probably around the best time to go live. We got a few games going on right now, but plenty of action today, and we're going to dive into all of it. We're going to check out all the box scores. We're going to talk some news. We actually do have some off-the-field kind of news to talk about, so that'll be kind of fun. But bummer for me today, my Red Sox. They made a little bit of a comeback there. Well, not a little bit. They actually came back quite a bit, and they just fell short today, though. So a bummer for me on opening day. I've been used to many Red Sox losses on opening day. I don't know. I feel like I've seen more losses on opening day as a Red Sox fan than I have seen wins. I feel like losses tend to actually be more of a good omen, if anything. I can't really fully remember. I feel like 2018, if I remember correctly, they lost on opening day, I believe. Then they won the World Series. And then I believe 2004, they lost on opening day. I could be wrong about that. I do remember 2013, if my memory serves me correctly. I know I got a big old potato brain, but I think 2013, they won on opening day in Yankee Stadium. I think Jackie Bradley Jr., that was when he made his debut. And I remember it was like red hot that spring. I think he had an RBI in that game. I can't fully remember, but I'm okay with a Red Sox loss. I'm just glad I saw a good fight out of the Red Sox today. Pitching, whatever. It's not going to be great for a couple of weeks. You still got guys coming back. But anyway, I'll dive into the Red Sox in just a little bit. Everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a great day today. It was hard for me to really keep track of the first few games because I was at work today. So, you know, I'm molding young minds. I'm teaching fourth graders. It's hard for me to really kind of, be watching baseball while I'm doing all that. But I was keeping my eye on it as best as I could. Saw Judge home run today, first home run of the season. Of course, Aaron Judge would be the first one to hit a home run in Major League Baseball this season. My goodness. Yankees look great today. Not surprised about that. No, honestly, I thought that was kind of a fun matchup. You know, Giants-Yankees sort of had that retro kind of a feel to it in Yankee Stadium today. It looked beautiful in New York today. So if you went to opening day for the Yankees today, I'm sure it was a nice experience for you going there today. It looked really great all across Major League Baseball today. It looked like perfect weather everywhere you went. It looked like perfect sunny skies. We even had a bit of a wackadoodle moment, at least I thought it was. Adam Wainwright singing the national anthem today for the St. Louis Cardinals. What the heck is that? That's awesome. My goodness. I'm not really a singing expert by any means, but he sounded pretty good if you ask me. If he made like a country album playing some guitar, I think that would sell. I don't know. But we're going to dive into everything tonight. I'm going to look at the box scores, kind of just go over some key things. We got some news with Justin Verlander going down with a slight injury to start the season, so we'll talk about that. There's an update on Bryan Reynolds as well with a possible extension with the Pirates, so we'll dive into that. And we're just going to kind of run through all these games today. And, opening day, it's one of those things where it's a very easy day to overreact to because, hey, we're excited. Baseball's back. Everyone's pretty amped up. So it's pretty easy to over-exaggerate things on opening day. So I will make sure to keep that in perspective here. Oh, we got a super chat here. Of course, Conman752. I knew you would be in here, my friend. I knew it. Good game, Robbie. Daddy Corey Kluber. Sorry, what do you say here? Dadley. What are you saying? Oh, Dadley. Here we go. Are you meaning to say Adley or are you saying Dadley? Oh, I see what you're saying here. Okay. Dadley, Corey Kluber, Rustchman is on that MVP year. Feel free to share that tweet you liked. Also, I'd like to launch Brian Baker into the sun. Cardiac O's aren't good for my health. Hey, you know what? Baltimore, man. Hey, they took it to the Red Sox pitching today. The Red Sox pitching was absolutely just abysmal today. And, hey, give credit to the Orioles. And honestly, Adley Rustchman, I tweeted out today. I mean, I know I just was talking about over-exaggerations can be a thing. But, man, I don't know, man. Just watching Rustchman today, he just looked so comfortable out there. He was just swinging the bat free and easy. He just looked like he's been in this league for years now. I'm telling you, could this be I don't know if this is an exaggeration or not, but could he be an MVP candidate this year? I'm trying not to get ahead of myself here. But, dude, the guy's good, man. He plays, obviously, a prime position at catcher. He's very good at it, very good defensively. If he can put up good numbers this year, you know, right around a 300 average, maybe like 30 homers, like 25, 30 homers, drive in some runs, get on base, I think there's a shot he could win MVP if the Orioles are in contention. I'm not even kidding. Jacob Toon, how you doing, my friend? Rays fan in the chat. Good day for the Rays today. Rays beat the Tigers. We are winning it all, no doubt. Hey, good game for the Rays today. I'm going to dive into that as well. Solid game for them today. What I love, honestly, my favorite thing about the Rays, they drive me absolutely insane as a Red Sox fan, but I love those Rays jerseys that they wear, those alternate jerseys with like that gradient yellow and green, like that neon and the purple. Oh, awesome jerseys. I think those are honestly some of the best jerseys in Major League Baseball, with the high socks with the like kind of like that neon green, like yellow, and then the purple mixed in as well. Oh, just fantastic. Those are some of my favorite jerseys in the league. They need to just wear those all the time. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for both of you for the super chats. Really do appreciate that. But before I do get started, if you are new to the channel, think about subscribing down below. We're trying to get to 30K. The goal was to get to 30K by opening day. That's not going to happen because today is opening day and we're not at 30K. So the new goal, 30K by the All-Star break. If we can do that, that would be absolutely amazing. But we have been getting a lot of new subscribers in the last couple of days for the channel. So thank you to all of you for subscribing. I think we've almost gotten around 300 subscribers in the last few days. So if anyone is new, checking me out for the first time, thank you for joining. Do appreciate you stopping by. Everyone, it really does help if you can hit that like button. I will love you forever if you can hit that like button for me. Helps out our stream for the algorithm. So if you could do that, that would be absolutely amazing. Hit the bell notification. That way you know I go live every single time. Share the stream as well. And alrighty, let's get to it here. Oh, also, we do have tonight's sponsor. Do want to just present our sponsor for tonight's show, and that is BetOnline. Hey, Major League Baseball season, it is underway. So if you're into the sports betting game, go check out BetOnline. They are your number one source for all your sports betting needs, whether if it's for Major League Baseball, basketball, UFC, whatever it may be. Go check out BetOnline. Use the code BLEAV, BLEAV, and you get a 50% welcome bonus. Don't forget, we are partners here with SeatGeek as well. Season is underway. If you're looking to go to a game, please use my code. You get $20 off. Absolutely take advantage of that. We got a long season, so use that code as much as possible. And don't forget, we are partners here with Prize Picks, just talking about sports betting with BetOnline. But if you want to try out Prize Picks, they got some fun games over there. You get a 100% deposit match if you use my code GINGER. Alrighty, everyone, let's get to it here. Enough of me rambling on. We got too much to talk about tonight. And actually, we just had a game go final. Let's get to it here. Astros and White Sox. Hey, this could be one of the top games of opening day for this year. Fantastic game. Astros, they're just showing off everything here with the World Series championship victory. I always love, man, when teams got the gold lettering and they got the patches. I mean, the Astros, man, they just look good today with that gold. It just fits perfectly with the orange and the navy blue. Really love the look. But overall, this is a good game, man. Hey, this almost felt like a playoff game. I'm telling you, I picked the White Sox to win the division. A lot of people are going with the Guardians. A lot of people are going with the Twins. I'm telling you, do not sleep on the White Sox this year. They got a talented roster. You got a new manager, a fresh outlook among this team. I really think this White Sox team can be dangerous this year. I know they didn't look great last year, but that's last year. This is 2023. I think this White Sox team, they're talented all over the place. I just really like this White Sox team for this year, and I would not be surprised at all to see them right in the mix for the division at the end of the season. But taking a look at this game overall for tonight, we had some good pitching. Dylan Cease, man, he looked absolutely fantastic here. 6 1/3 going into the 7th inning, 10 strikeouts. Of course, Dylan Cease just racking up the Ks, but getting the strikeouts against these, this lineup, the World Series champion Astros. Dylan Cease, once again, looking fantastic. Could he be a Cy Young candidate? I don't see why not. This guy's got great stuff. He had a great year last year. If he can build among that year from last year, I don't see why he could not compete for a Cy Young in the American League. But Framber Valdez, hey, not really matching up in terms of the stats with Dylan Cease, but Framber Valdez, 5 innings, 4 Ks, not a bad start at all. I mean, hey, Framber Valdez looking pretty solid. We didn't really see a whole lot of action until later in this game. We did see Yasmani Grandal make an impact. Bad season for him last year. And right away, getting himself just on the right track for this season, coming up with a home run to tie the game in the 8th. You had the wild pitch in the 7th to give the Astros a 1-0 lead. But good for Yasmani Grandal, man. Really rough season for him last year. I'm sure that is making him feel pretty good. But then Andrew Vaughn, big double there in the top of the 9th. And then Yordan Alvarez. Hey, he connected, man. He connected, but in the end, just falling short. And the White Sox walking away with the win on opening day. I'm telling you, do not sleep on this White Sox team. Taking a look, let's kind of just go game by game here. Looking at the Yankees and the Giants first. I believe this was the first game on for today. The real K Ford, thank you for subscribing, my friend. You are absolutely fantastic. But speaking of fantastic, Gerrit Cole, he looked amazing today. I know this Giants lineup isn't the most amazing looking. It's not a great lineup in my opinion. The Giants, they always do seem to find ways to put together at least a decent lineup, so let's see how it is for them this year. But Gerrit Cole really took advantage today. 6 innings, 11 Ks. He just looked great. I don't know, man. New haircut, new Gerrit Cole. Can that be a thing for this year? Looks like the haircut is already helping out Gerrit Cole. But Aaron Judge, he got the energy started right away for the Yankees. Of course, Aaron Judge would be the first guy to homer for Major League Baseball this season, breaking the American League record last year for home runs in a single season. So no surprise to see Aaron Judge get right back on the horse, homering in the opener for today. But Gleyber Torres, he homered as well. DJ LeMahieu had an RBI. We got Marinaccio, 2 innings to close out the game for the Yankees today. Overall, if you're a Yankee fan, you got to feel pretty good about this one for today. Everything just looked good. You had offense, you had pitching, bullpen looked good. Just a complete game today for the Yankees. Anthony Volpe kissing the pinstripes today. He got his first always forget, what do you call that again in Yankee Stadium? I'm going so blank when they're chanting all the players' names in the beginning. The roll call, is that what it is? I should know this, and I'm going completely blank on it. Yeah, Zachary Goldstein, I got it right, the roll call. But Volpe kissing the pinstripes, that was a cool moment, And a young kid like that, it really just reminded me of Derek Jeter years ago. It's kind of funny how just life works like that. You know, years later, Yankees got their newest shortstop. And, hey, nothing amazing from him today in terms of the stats, but I think that was a really cool moment. Yankee fans welcoming him to the Bronx. But overall, great game for the Yankees today. No complaints from Yankee fans. I'm sure they were just singing songs leaving the stadium today. I was not singing songs during the Red Sox opener today. Hey, it's always great to have opening day at Fenway Park. All the pregame ceremonies. It looked like a beautiful day in Boston for today. But the only thing beautiful today in this game was Adley Rustchman. Like I'm saying from earlier, I think, I don't know. There was just something just watching him today. I don't know why. It just got these vibes that could he be an MVP candidate? I know that might be a bit of an over-exaggeration a little early right now, but there was just something about him today. He just had this aura about him. He just looked like he'd been in this game now for a long time, and he's going to be really good this year. I really see a good season out of him. To me, Adley Rustchman, when he was coming up last year, I'm telling you, everyone knew this was going to be a good player, but there's just something about Adley Rustchman to me. He just has a good head on his shoulders. He just seems like just a dude that's gonna be just really good, not just from the skill point of view, but not just from a performance point of view, but just a guy that's going to be a leader of this team. Just seems like just a guy that people gravitate towards. It just seems he's just the captain of this team, right? He's just the anchor of this team. I don't know. He looked really good today. It was fun to watch him. It was not fun to watch my Red Sox getting shellacked. Corey Kluber, he's giving up meatballs. It was really weird with Kluber today. Just his command was not on point today. That's one thing with Corey Kluber you can always count on is he's not going to walk a lot of guys. But today just didn't have it. I don't know if there was some nerves or just whatever. He just didn't have it today. So that was a little disappointing. My goodness, Ryan Brazier. Listen, I stuck up for this guy in the offseason. I'm like, all right, hey, some of the advanced numbers look pretty good with Brazier. Velocity looks pretty good. FIP looks pretty good. Hey, let's give this guy a chance. But this guy came in today, and he was just giving up meatballs, and it's like he was walking guys. Everyone was walking guys today with the Red Sox. Like, the walks were just an issue today. Command was off for just everyone. He came in. He was giving up meatballs, giving up runs. Send Ryan Brazier to the sun. I'm just done. I gave this guy a chance. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Caleb Bourque came in. He was not effective today. Just the pitching wasn't there. However, the offense was there, so that is a good sign. They came alive late. I just felt like they just lacked that big hit. They were manufacturing the runs. They were getting the sac flies. They were getting some base hits. They were getting some ground out RBIs. They were getting the runs across the board, but it just felt like they just didn't have that impact hit. Now, the Alex Verdugo triple to lead off the game today, that had some oomph to it. That felt like an impact right there. And Verdugo, good for him. This is a guy I feel like he just hasn't fully put it together with the Red Sox. He was good in 2021. He took a slight step back last year. That's the best way for him to just get started for this year. A leadoff triple. Hey, he looked like he was feeling pretty good about himself. We'll have to just keep an eye on him in this leadoff spot. I tweeted out today, I feel like him leading off could either be really good or it could be really bad because his exit velocity numbers went down last year. He makes a ton of contact, though, so that's why I think he could be a good leadoff hitter. He makes tons of contact. I believe he was in the top 20% in contact percentage last year. But Verdugo, good sign to see that today. We had guys contributing RBIs. Again, no just major impact chances today. Like, again, manufacturing those runs. But Yoshida getting his first base hit in Major League Baseball, keeping the ball, and he came through with a couple of RBIs. Duvall, Casas had RBIs early on. Casas came up with an RBI later as well. Christian Arroyo had a base hit that drove in a run. Turner came up with an RBI in the ninth. They were getting really close there, but they just came up short. Felix Bautista was able to lock it down. But again, for me, Adley Rustchman, clearly the star of the show for this one. I'm expecting a big season out of him. Just seeing a 5-hit performance on opening day, his first opening day. Remember, he didn't have opening day last year. That, to me, that's big time. That's superstar kind of stuff right there, if you ask me. Let's shift over let's shift over. I'm just going to kind of go down the list here. You know what? Since I'm already in the American League East, let's just kind of get that out of the way. Let's go to Tampa Bay. Shane McClanahan looked really solid today in his debut. I'm going to be honest, though. These Rays jerseys are just fantastic. I mean, come on, man. They got to keep these things. I mean, look at this. Look at the gradient colors in the letters going from the blue to the green to the yellow. I love these. These are great. Look at these socks. Look at the Wander Franco socks, like the light blue, the green. You got some yellow mixed in as well. Jose Siri with the yellow gloves. I love these. These are great. I want teams to be more bold with jerseys like this. Make alternate jerseys that are just fun, man. Make them bold. These are bold and they work. But for the Rays today, Wander Franco getting his season started in the right way, getting the home run today. Randy Rosarina, doing the arm cross today. That's pretty. Randy Rosarina is one of the most fun players in Major League Baseball. I wonder if he could maybe be an MVP candidate this year. I think he has 30-30 potential, especially with the bigger bases, along with the pitch clock. Runners are going to be a bit more aggressive. I would love to see an MVP kind of a season out of a Rosarina, but everything just looked good today for the Rays. Jose Siri with a home run as well. McClanahan just looked good. Bullpen. For the Tigers, Erod looked okay. But the bullpen, it's just not a strong bullpen. They just couldn't really keep it locked down in the sixth there. He gave up another run in the eighth. But Austin Meadows, he returned to Tropicana Field today. He looked pretty good. I believe he went 4 for 5, I believe, or 3 for 4 today, had the double. So, Austin Meadows, he was having a bit of an up and down season last year with health. Wasn't doing very good with the stats as well. But a good start for him. But overall, the Rays, just a solid start to their season. Speaking of solid starts, let's go to the Chicago Cubs. Marcus Stroman looked really good. Swanson, Mancini, they debuted today. They got RBIs. That's always nice to see. But everything just looked good for the Cubs today against Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns didn't look amazing today, but, it's Corbin Burns. I think he's going to end up being fine. I feel like he's had... I don't remember. How is Corbin Burns? I can't remember how Corbin Burns was last year in opening day. I remember a couple of years ago, I feel like he had a good opening day. I can't fully remember, but he didn't look very sharp today. Stroman did look sharp, though. He went 6 innings, 8 Ks, 3 hits. I do think he had a pitch clock violation. I think there was something there. Oh, that was another thing with the Red Sox, too. Rafael Devers striking out on a pitch clock violation. It was 2 strikes, and he didn't get himself ready in time. And I actually I was looking at the clock. The ump actually called for it. I think it was at like 5 or 6 seconds. It's supposed to be at 8 seconds. I think I have that right. But he gave Devers a couple more seconds there, and Devers was just not getting himself ready in time. And in the end, got the pitch clock violation, and he struck out. These players, I know it's going to take them a little more time, but hey, could you imagine if a game is on the line? I'm just going to present this. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, you're down by 1, you got the bases loaded, and you don't get yourself in 2 strikes, you don't get yourself ready in time, and you strike out to end the game. I feel like that's probably going to happen this year. That is just going to be... Oh, boy. If that happens, I don't know. I think the world might burn. But overall, good day for the Chicago Cubs getting their season started on the right foot. Moving on here. Let's actually go to a bit of a crazier game today. Let's actually go to the Phillies and the Rangers. Jacob deGrom making his debut. He actually looked pretty good early on. He looked pretty good in the early goings, but then he started to run into some trouble. Ended up not having an amazing day on the stat line. If we go take a look with deGrom, he went 3 2/3. I believe he gave up 5 runs, if my memory serves me correctly. Aaron Nola had a pretty rough day, too. He looked good early on, but then the Rangers just exploded in the 4th inning. But deGrom gave up 5 runs, 6 hits, gave up a home run as well. But he did strike out 7 guys in 3 2/3. One thing I do want to show with Jacob deGrom is that the exit velocity was not bad. I feel like he was kind of running into some bad luck. His command didn't seem quite there. He let a couple of balls just over the plate too much. Alec Boehm had the home run. Trey Turner had a triple as well. Who else had the triple? I can't fully remember. They had back-to-back. Oh, Brandon Marsh had the triple as well. So he was just kind of leaving a couple of balls over the plate, and they just took him to town. But there were just some other hits that he let out that they weren't hit very hard. The average exit velocity today for him, mainly working with the fastball slider, was at just under 86 miles an hour on average. That's really good, honestly. So don't worry about Jacob deGrom. He's going to be fine. Again, some of these guys, they're still working through things. That's why you can't really go crazy over opening day. I think honestly, you should be more happy about how deGrom looked today. The velocity looked really good. He was getting strikeouts. Sure, gave up a home run. Hey, whatever. It happens. But I think deGrom, I think you should feel good about him if you're a Rangers fan. And actually, a fun stat. I believe this is the Rangers' first time with a winning record, I think, since 2020. Or 2019. I can't remember. It was a few years ago. It's been a long time since the Rangers have had a winning record. 1-0. The Rangers are going to go undefeated. What can you do? They're going to win the whole thing this year. But overall, for the Rangers with this offense, a 9-run fourth inning. Robbie Grossman getting a home run today. He looked pretty good. You had Nate Lowe. He was solid today. Adolis Garcia, they had RBIs today. The Rangers, they really took it to Aaron Nola in that fourth inning. Hey, this Rangers offense, I think, is pretty good. Sure, maybe I feel like they could use another bat somewhere in there, but they got bats in this lineup. I've always been a bit of a fan of Robbie Grossman, a guy that just gets on base. He can hit for some power. Love me some Garcia. Love me some Nate Lowe. I think this guy's underrated. Obviously, Semien and Seager there. This Rangers offense is no joke, and you can't play around with this lineup, man. Aaron Nola, that was my Cy Young pick for the National League, and I'm already off to a rough start with that. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, my predictions are the kiss of death. Anytime, if I pick whoever I pick for an award, a division, or whatever, it crumbles to the ground. Everything I touch breaks. I don't get it. I'm just terrible. But let's stay in the National League East. Let's go to the Braves. I mean, honestly, come on. You're going against the Nats. It's not really a whole lot here to really look at. However, obviously a Braves win. Ronald Acuna Jr., he looked pretty good today. Darno actually looked really good today. He went 4 for 5, a couple of RBIs. But Max Fried, coming out of the game today, having some discomfort with the left hamstring. And so I think I think in the end, luckily it's not his arm, so that's always a good sign. But if we go take a look at the final line from him, I mean, he looked okay. He went to the fourth inning, but they took him out then. Always, I would think it's probably more of a precautionary thing, especially it's opening day. But the Braves, hey, they look really good today. Darno coming through for them a lot today. Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson with a couple of hits at the top of the lineup. Sean Murphy, hitless in his debut, but that's okay. Michael Harris II had a hit and 4 ABs, scored a couple of runs. But I would probably say Darno is the player of the game in this one. 4 for 5, a couple of RBIs, looking pretty good for him. And hey, good to see. I remember when they traded for Sean Murphy, people were wondering, are they going to trade Darno now? But here's Darno providing a bat. He's batting 800 on the year. You got to love that. Let's go to a bit of an uneventful game. We got the Pirates. We got the Reds. Okay, what is going on here? Every time I click on these, they don't work. I got to click on it twice. Pirates and the Reds. O'Neal Cruz homering today. I like seeing the couple of walks with O'Neal Cruz. I want to see a better on-base percentage with him this year. And, hey, looking pretty good to start things off. Steer with the Reds had a home run and a couple of walks. But to me, actually, one more thing. Bryan Reynolds, Andrew McCutchen, RBIs today. McCutchen with an RBI in his return to Pittsburgh. Or, well, actually, he's not in Pittsburgh, but his return with Pittsburgh. But let's actually talk Bryan Reynolds here. There is some news on the contract extension. Now, something came up in the talks, right? There was like a bit of a deadline for today. According to sources, that they were looking to get something done before the first pitch, before the game, and they did not get it done. It looks like, though, the money and the years, according to John Heyman, are agreed upon. However, there seems to be, for what they're calling it, a conceptual issue. So there's something there. It sounds like maybe something with terms of the deal, maybe opt-outs, maybe no trade clauses, something like that. So dollars and years seem to be fine. Seems like they've come to an agreement on that, but it looks like, I don't know, if it were me, I'm wondering, I don't know, I feel like it wouldn't be a no trade clause. Well, maybe it could be, because he probably wants to stay in Pittsburgh, right? Because he's wanted a contract extension. Now, he did request a trade, but he's wanted to sign an extension with Pittsburgh. He just wants to be paid fairly. So maybe it could be both. Maybe there's something there where, like, he would like to stay in Pittsburgh, but he also wants that security as well, where he can opt out and go to the free agent market. Maybe it's an opt out and he wants it sooner than what the Pirates want. Maybe it is a no trade clause. Maybe the Pirates want to do like a partial no trade clause where he only gives certain teams, or maybe he has maybe he wants a full no trade clause. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, obviously, how the heck am I going to know? I'm just a potato sitting at my desk in my apartment. I don't know. But he is mentioning it here. But that seems like, if you are agreeing on the money and the years, it seems like it's probably one of those or both. So I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on this for this week. Maybe they can get something done. I believe they have an off day either tomorrow or next week. So who knows? Maybe in one of those off days, maybe they can come to an agreement on something. But that's the big story coming out of Pittsburgh for today. Moving on here. Oh, we got another crazy game here, man. Again, I'm clicking on these and they're not. Every time I click on it the first time, it doesn't open it. And then I click on it the second time, and then it opens it. Wow, what a game here. This is my World Series prediction last year. The Blue Jays and the Cardinals. Wow, what a game here today. Offense all over the place. Adam Wainwright singing the national anthem today. Well, that didn't help the Cardinals' chances for today, because the Blue Jays offense, holy crap. This Blue Jays offense, man. George Springer, Bo Bichette combining for 9 hits on the day. George Springer, what the heck, man? 5 for 6 on the day. Man, that is nuts. Scoring 4 runs. I mean, what better top of the lineup, or what better performance could you ask for than what these two guys did at the top of the lineup? Vlad Jr. coming through in a couple of spots, key RBIs and key moments late in the game. 3 RBIs total for Vlad Jr. Hey, Varsho, RBI double for him today. Looked pretty good in his debut. Just wow. All hits all over the place. The Cardinals, I mean, they were taking it to the Blue Jays too, man. They were just trading runs back and forth. They were trading punches back and forth. Donovan looked really good out of the leadoff spot today. A couple RBIs. Arenado just looking like an MVP today. 2 for 5, 3 RBIs himself. Tyler O'Neill, home run today. Gotta love that. Tyler O'Neill, hey, bad season for him last year, but he got himself started the right way today. And newest St. Louis Cardinal, Wilson Contreras, getting off to a good start today as well, 2 for 4. But coming out of the game later on, he got nailed with a 103-mile-an-hour fastball in the knee. So he had to come out of the game, and hopefully he's going to be all right, man. Probably just a good old bruise in there. But look at Tommy Edman, 2 for 5 at the bottom of the lineup. Jordan Walker with a hit today. Hit and an RBI today. in his major league debut. Really excited about Jordan Walker for this year. But wow, what a game this was. Just runs back and forth. Toronto ending up scoring a couple there in the top of the ninth. And let me actually just go here to the summary. I mean, there is so much to scroll down on because there's just so much offense here. But yeah, Arenado, if we go to the bottom of the eighth, he had the ground rule double that gave St. Louis the lead, 9-8. Merrifield, he was able to get the walk. Kiermaier had the base hit. That moved Merrifield over to third. And then Springer was able to tie the game there. And then we had Vlad Jr. getting the sac fly right there in the end, and that gave the Blue Jays the lead, and then that was all she wrote for the St. Louis Cardinals. But wow, what a game. That is an electric opening day game. Bummer for St. Louis Cardinals fans, because, man, both teams battled today. No pitching from these teams today. No pitching, actually. Let me go to the box scores here. I got to look at these lines. Michaelis, he got tagged today, man. 3 1/3, 10 hits, 5 runs. He did strike out 6 guys, but overall just couldn't get it done. You know, Hicks, he just did not look great today. Helsley in the end couldn't get it locked down. Bullpen not looking strong for the Cardinals, but Manoah, he didn't have a good day either, man. 9 hits, 5 runs. He gave up a couple of homers. But in the end, Romano looking like one of the better closers in the game, locking it down in the end. And hey, the Blue Jays, they just had a little bit more today. So I'm excited about this Blue Jays team. As a Red Sox fan, I am not. But as a baseball fan, I think this Blue Jays team is going to be rough for a lot of people. Going to the Twins and the Royals, Pablo Lopez looking good in his debut. Look at these jerseys with the Twins. You got the pinstripes. Here's the thing about the Minnesota Twins jerseys, okay? I'm just going to say this. The Minnesota Twins jerseys, like, I like them, but I don't know why. Like, I just need something else. I feel like it's just missing something. Like, I feel like the letters need borders, you know, like some white borders around them. It just feels so, like, I like the pinstripes. I like the red and the blue and the white on the sleeves here. I like the patch. They just feel so bland. In the weirdest way, because there's a lot to these jerseys, but there's also, like, at the same time not a lot to them. I don't know. I just need something else. Like, I need like a little bit more. But I don't hate the jerseys by any means. But taking a look here, going to the stat lines overall, Pablo Lopez looking really solid. I mean, you're going up against Kansas City. You got bats in this lineup, so it's not like it's just a cakewalk. Looking at Greinke today, giving up the 2 runs. Byron Buxton coming through for the Twinkies today. But taking a look at Pablo Lopez, going into the 6th inning, struck out 8 guys. This is exactly what the Twins need. When he got traded to the Twins, I'm thinking, it's just so perfect. Like, this is what the Twins need. He's not like an ace level guy. Who knows? Maybe he could take that step forward this year. Maybe he could turn into this guy that could be like a 5 Fangraph WAR kind of a pitcher. I don't think he's going to be Johan Santana by any means, but I just love this addition for them. The bullpen just looked really good for the Twins today, just getting it done. But in the end, Byron Buxton, he was able to get a couple of hits in here today. Or actually, I thought he had an RBI, but whatever. He had a triple today. But Larnach getting the RBI, as well as Solano. He had a pinch hit RBI as well. The Twins just getting enough offense against Kansas City. And Zach Greinke, I'm sure that was pretty fun to watch a couple of times. I did not catch this game today. But overall, Pablo Lopez looking absolutely amazing. And the last game I am going to cover, we do have a couple of games going on. I'll go take a look at these in just a second. But the Mets, and looking at the news with the Mets, Justin Verlander going on the IL. Now, I think it's just more of a precautionary thing. It's looking like he's got a little soreness going on in the shoulder. They're calling it a low-grade Terry's major strain. So looks like, probably give it a couple of weeks, a week or two. Probably he'll be all right. It'll be good to go. Kind of ramp it back up again. He'll be okay. But you gotta be careful with Justin Verlander. 40 years old, man. Yeah, you gotta Yeah, you gotta keep it easy. But he's still throwing at a moderate intensity. So that's why it's kind of sounds like he's not like in terrible he's not in terrible condition by any means, but probably just pitching right now, you probably just got to back off of it for a couple of weeks and then just kind of ramp back up a little bit. So I wouldn't have too much. I wouldn't be too concerned about this. If you're Mets fans, I think you should, relax just a smidge. Obviously seeing this news is never the most amazing news by any means, but I think he's going to be fine. He'll end up being okay. But Tyler McGill, hey, I think Tyler McGill, this is a guy to look out for. I think this is a guy that can end up helping out the Mets in a lot of ways this year. Could this guy end up starting a lot of games for you, coming out of the bullpen at some point? Tyler McGill, man. Look out for him, but he's going to get called back up. He's going to take a spot in the rotation for the time being. This is why depth is important. This is why you need depth in the organization. Now, I feel like the Mets, they have not had a whole lot of depth in the last couple of years, but this is why it's important, because you can turn to some of these other guys, and Tyler McGill is a guy that can go into the rotation. He can get some spot starts, and he's going to give you a chance. So I think the Mets are going to be just fine. And the bullpen today looked good for the Mets. Scherzer looked pretty good today. Brandon Nimmo coming through, getting a couple RBIs on a double today. It was just a good, solid game for the Mets all around. Now, the Mets, they tend to be pretty successful on opening days, so take it with a grain of salt. But, hey, I like this Mets team this year. But taking a look at the final lines, Scherzer, 6 solid innings, giving up 3, striking out 6. Sure, gave up a homer. But in the end, the bullpen came through. Smith, Raley, Robertson with the save. Now, the Mets are going into this season not really leaning on Robertson as the closer per se. They're probably just going to go more towards certain situations. They're going to look at scouting reports. They're going to, I guess a bit of a a closer by committee sort of a thing. But I think Robertson is going to be a guy you probably tend to go more towards. But with Robertson, maybe there's sometimes they don't want to go with him back-to-back days, so they'll go with another guy. But either way, everything looked good for the Mets today, man. The offense was coming through. Nimmo and Marte combining for 3 hits at the top of the lineup. Lindor coming through with an RBI as well. But Nimmo, good day for him. 3 RBIs total, getting a walk. Nimmo doing Nimmo things. McNeil, a couple of hits as well. Everything just looked good with the Mets today. You can't complain at all. Starting pitching, offense, bullpen coming through. That's what wins games. And looking at the Marlins, yeah, you know what? The Marlins, they were able to put up 3 runs in the 6th inning. Luis Arraez, a couple of hits today out of the leadoff spot. This is exactly what they brought him into Miami for. And he's looking pretty good to start things off. Cooper, I believe Cooper had the home run today, if I'm not mistaken. Was that Cooper? Yeah, it was off of Scherzer in the 6th inning. So that ended up driving in 2. And in the end, hey, Miami, overall didn't look bad today. Just the Mets look like the better team. Sandy Alcantara, Cy Young winner from last year, going into the 6th inning. Needs to work on those walks a little bit. 4 walks today, only a couple of Ks. But Scott ended up getting the loss in this one. He just wasn't effective coming into the 7th inning there. Just not able to lock it down. But, Shagwa, Brazoban, he struck out 3, but he gave up 3 hits as well. So, the Marlins bullpen, I think, is a little interesting for this year. So keep an eye out for that. But overall, those are the games. And let's kind of take a look here at what's going on right now. We got some West Coast games going on. We got a game in Seattle. Love this game. Seattle and the Mariners and the Guardians. We got the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. Look at my Diamondbacks. My Diamondbacks already up on the Dodgers 2-0. I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Diamondbacks this year. We got the Angels and the A's in Oakland, and the Padres and the Rockies. What's going on with the Padres so far? Juan Soto just struck out. What do we got? Who scored so far for the Padres? What do we got going on? So, what are we doing here? Let's go to the scoring. CJ Cron got it started off with a base hit. Manny Machado, sac fly. So we're still early in this one, a 1-1 game going into the 4th inning. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup for today. I think, didn't Snell get the start today for the Padres? Yeah, Snell. So he's looking, actually, wow, Snell is looking great. He's given up a run. so far to CJ Cron. He's given up 4 hits, but he struck out 7 in 3 innings. That's not bad. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I think Snell is going to have himself a good year. But Marquez getting the start for the Rockies. But this one's still in the early goings. Taking a look at the Angels and the A's. Ohtani is on the bump for today against Kyle Muller. Look at Kyle Muller so far. 3 Ks in 3 innings. Only giving up a hit so far. Kyle Muller, Cy Young this year. Cy Young. Let's take a look at the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. 2-0 Diamondbacks right now. But Lourdes, let's actually go to the scoring here. Oh, we got a super chat coming in. Seabass, Kyle Muller could become a future ace for the A's. I liked that pickup for them. I thought that was a really solid, sure, the trade package itself didn't look amazing by any means. It looks like they lost that trade pretty well, or pretty badly, I mean. But Kyle Muller, I've always been a fan. I feel like he's put up solid numbers in the minors. And he's not going to be like this amazing, top pitching prospect like a Grayson Rodriguez, but a guy that I feel like could be really solid. So to me, I was happy that the A's were able to land someone like him. Look at Kyle Lewis striking out. Come on now. Kyle Lewis, I need some more out of you this year. But let's see. Christian Walker got to start with the base hit. Made it 1-0 there. Gabriel Moreno coming through with some offense in his Diamondbacks debut. Sack fly. So 2-0 Arizona. Getting a couple of runs off of Urias. And for the D-backs pitching, we got Gallen. Looking pretty good so far. Giving up a couple of hits over 2 innings, but he struck out 3. So, actually, we got some runners on for the Dodgers on 2nd and 3rd. So let's see how that ends up going here. The Dodgers can't mess around with that lineup. And one more game to look at. We got the Mariners and the Guardians scoreless so far. Taking a look at the matchup, we got Bieber, and for the Mariners, we got Castillo. That's a fun matchup if you ask me, man. But so far, both guys are off to a good start. 2 innings for Bieber so far, 2 hits, 3 Ks. And for Luis Castillo, he's looking really good so far. 1 hit, 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. And man, oh man, J.P. Crawford just getting the base hit. Bieber, what are you doing? Just leaving a meatball, leaving a cutter right down the middle of the plate. What do you think J.P. Crawford's going to do with that? But everyone, I think that's all I got here. I kind of just wanted to come on, just kind of look at what happened throughout the day. I'm an East Coast guy. It's hard for me to stay up for these West Coast games. I'm going to be honest with you. What I would like for you to do, everyone, I have just something for all of you that I would love for you to do. It's a thought that I've had for this year. I'm not quite sure if it's something I have fully decided on, but go after this stream is over. I want you to go to the comments on this video. And what I want you to do, would you like to see more of these kind of late night sort of post-game recaps for these games where I come on, maybe for an hour or so, hour and a half, and I kind of just talk just about the day's games? Please go to the comments after the stream is over and let me know if that is something that you would like to see. Look out for a poll as well, because I'm really thinking about doing that. That is something I would love to do. Kind of just, just kind of have something consistent, right, every night. I know for a fact I will be doing Wednesdays and Sundays. This Sunday, I'm probably not going to go live this Sunday just because I'm going live tonight. Because I feel like, it's going to be... we talked yesterday, we talked today. I might just post, I have a video that I would like to do. So look out for that Sunday. I probably won't go live on Sunday. So don't expect that. But do expect maybe a video or 2 over the weekend. But let me know. Again, let me know if you would like to see some post-game stuff at night. Kind of go live, maybe like Sunday through Thursday. And, yeah. Just kind of talk baseball, man. But let me know. But everyone, I am going to get out of here. I got to get some bedtime going. It's almost my bedtime. It's actually past my bedtime. I like to try and be in bed by this time. But whatever. I'm here to talk baseball. It's opening day. I've just been on fire all day today. I've had all the energy today. I love opening day. I just love watching all this, man. It's just always a great time. But everyone, on your way out, please, if you can, like the stream on the way out. It really does go a long way. If you are new, think about subscribing. Hit the bell notification. Share the stream if you can. One more time, please hit that like button for me. Everyone, I'm out of here. I'm going to go get myself some sleep. It's been a long day. I'm tired. I know all of you are probably tired. But have yourself a great night, everyone. And I'll talk to you next time.